Cool. So, what I will do today is we have badge now IO. They are new um, application badge now.io. Our interns created in the first cohort. This is an online badge certificate issuing system. I'm not talking about SSL certificate. I'm talking about like real certificates issued to human. Like you complete a training, you get a badge. This system is issuing that badge and sending to you. So our interns developed the initial version of this application, and we will do some additions to or modifications to that application today. But before that, I want to hear a few thoughts. Apparently, we are many people today here. I just want to hear if any of you use Cursor and AI agents and AI assistant in work, and what kind of scenarios you are using AI for. Anyone wants to chime in here?
I can talk a little bit.
Sure.
So yeah, in my work, I'm working as an engineering manager. I don't code much, but I sometimes like make changes in the code base, small changes. And in my company, we have a like web-based um, editor, and this editor has already embedded assistant, and it is usually it's working like an autocomplete. And when you are making a change in a file, even if let's say a config file, it's able to detect what kind of change you are making, and it's suggesting you lots of changes while you are typing. And also, your commit command, for example, is automatically generated, and for with a tab, you can accept it. Mostly the autocomplete kind of thing, and we have also an chat on the sideline. You can also ask and generate code, but I haven't used it much because, as I said, I don't usually write code much. So yeah, so some folks can give more details in working in the same company if they are here.
Yeah, so yeah, I use my company. So I use a GitLab like Copilot. So everything like if you type anything that he access all the code base in your project.
Mm,
If you need anything that he's a find solution for you, like base solution, which class, which file need to change, give
mhm,
you some like idea, and then it makes your job is very easy for you.
mhm, mhm, mhm. Yeah. Autocomplete kind of, or just
Yes, but yeah,
assisting
like you just need to give add some task. Say you say I need to do this like that, and then he find which class you need to change, and then which function.
you. Okay.
Like because
Do you use it
this
to change it, Ramazan? Do you use it to change, or you do the change mostly?
oh no, you have to do change. It just he give you some idea.
I see.
It cannot change automatically. You have to change by yourself.
Okay. Your setup is more assistant setup.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Anyone else? Apparently this session's value is mostly like you watching me. Not this is actually. This will be an introduction for folks who never stepped into this AI agent and AI assistance world. My main aim also like bring all these folks together. I counted wrong, like it is how many people we have now? More than 30, right? So we have many people here. So I just want to, yeah, 33. I just want to hear each other's use cases for AI. But as promised, I will start and do some stuff. So first of all, let's say I checked out this project that Ahmet, our intern, and Jason, mostly these two guys, put this together. I have no idea how to run this application. If I go and ask how can I run this application? So what I'm trying to tell here is I have a chat window with AI agent that I can change whichever uh, model, AI model that I want to use. I define here. I will work today with Claude 4. When I did the announcement on our channels, it was Claude 3.5. Now, and just like within 1 week, we have a new model now and very powerful model. We will use this one. And then also you can define agent versus ask for AI assistance here. If this is in the ask mode, it is not trying to do any modification. It just answers the questions that you ask in a more reasonable way and with lots of reasoning actually involved in. But if this is in AI agent mode, it goes and make changes in these files and asks you if you accept these changes or not. You can accept, partially accept, etc. We will play with. But mostly I do agent, even I am asking some questions. I work on the agent mode. It plans the next moves and then it does some search and reasoning in the code base to find out how you can run this. Apparently, different languages, different frameworks, different applications have different type of runtimes. So all these runtimes are needs different type of like um, a bootstrap for their applications. Let's see if it will give me the right answer to run this Spring Boot based application. So it says you can run the application by this. I don't think this is true exactly. The application, the um, answers previously gave to me was better. Now it runs a Maven version. Okay, it tries to understand which Maven we are using. Okay, Java version as well. It tries to understand if I have the right versions of each. Now it is compiling the application, which is Maven clean install. Okay, it found the right command to run. As you can see, it should now be running the application. So as you can see here, almost everything is handled by Cursor. If you ask the right questions, it drives you to the success. Anyways, this was one thing. Another thing, as a new engineer on this new project that I want to see here is let's use the ask mode, by the way. Can you create a component diagram of main components of this application? Even my prompt is not good enough. Let's see what it gives us. What I'm trying to have is like a kind of documentation, kind of visualization of like this application with major components in that. Let's see if it will be able to give this component diagram. I'm not able to monitor both screens, so if you want to chime in, just like unmute yourself and tell your experience with AI while waiting these prompts to be run, actually. This took longer than I expected. It even checks the configuration because I was not very specific in terms of like what type of diagram and for what I'm looking for this diagram. Okay, so it gave me, I think it is a mermaid diagram. Yeah, it should be a mermaid. Let's wait for it to finish. In the meantime, I will open a new Notion page so that we can put this mermaid in. Okay. So I think this is the whole file. Let's copy that. And I will put this into a Notion page. Let's see how this looks like. I will just preview mode. Okay, we have a very complete mermaid of the application. Let's see. Even way more detailed than we, oh, this is, how can we, this is too big, too big. Maybe use like an online mermaid.
Can you resize your window and maybe?
When I did this, it was, let's use this one. I think there is focusing here in this application. You see, client applications is calling controllers. Controllers are using DTOs, data transfer objects. In the business layer, there are services, there are repositories. These are GPA repositories using GPA entities, and this is calling database. You see like a very complete picture of even this kind of very simple application with all UML configurations defined very well. Uses, implements. So if this is an API, if there's an interface, this is the implement relationship. If this is a use relationship between two classes, this is uses relationship. Very well figured out. So you can also ask AI to give you some documentation about that. Like, can you tell me what this application really does? Before starting coding, I'm trying to show like other aspects of that. Most of the YouTube videos, engineering videos are not talking about this, but I use this feature a lot actually because Notion code base is very complicated to me, at least, and I'm just like asking many questions to understand what's going on there. Okay, it gives us the core functionality. So this is very weird and difficult actually to understand as a human. This application doesn't have documentation. Even in the source code, like line in documentation, we don't have. But even in this case, AI is able to reason from the function and class names and find out the business case here. Core functionality, organization management. Organization can register and manage their profiles. Each organization has users, badge templates, and issued badges. For sure, these are very clear from like model, users model kind of relationships. But like at the very beginning, it says Badge now is a digital badge credential management platform. It understood what we are trying to do, for example, that allows organizations to create, issue, and manage digital badges for achievements, certifications, accomplishments. We never talk about this in the code, for example. But probably there are similar things in the internet that the model knows and can reason that we are doing the same thing. Use cases, educational institution issuing certificates for course completion, skill achievements. You see, pretty successful for anyone joins in the code base. It's very easy to understand what's going on. And in the technical features, it's a RESTful API. It has a PostgreSQL database. Swagger, when you see that, okay, you know that you need to go this URL. Even course support is talked about. Yeah, multi-tenant. Woo, Even this is pretty cool because organization concept in this application is the multi-tenancy of this application. Different educational institutes can come and issue badges within this platform. This platform is not only for IT society. So multi-tenancy is the key in this platform. That is true. Great. Let's do something different, something cool. Let's do something, some coding here, actually. So Swagger is great. You can just hit a button, try out, execute, and get response. You can make it, yes. But like if we don't have Swagger in a project, and there are a bunch of APIs, implemented already. So what you can do in this case, let me open a new editor. So how you can see how it is running. Can you create a new organization for me? Like it's about like creating a post body for post organization endpoint. It is just like collecting the relevant information, probably like organization create DTO is a relevant class, organization controller with post endpoint is relevant as well. So it will just go and fetch these resources. Option 1, create organization via REST API. And this is the curl command. Let's see. Organization name, your organization name, email, contact your org. Let's see what happens. Probably something worked because we got a response with ID. Let's see if this is true. Let's go to get organizations. We had these 3 at the beginning. We still have these. Oh, we have the 4th. Oh, no, more than 3. Sorry. I think this is the new one that we created. ID 962. Yes, this is the last one that we created. Cool. So we know now how we can create a new organization. One thing that I want to make here possible, or if you have any ideas, we can just like deep dive and try to realize these before I try something.
Can we ask AI to generate a whole Postman collection based on the Swagger?
Generating a Postman collection based on Swagger. I think it is, even you don't need AI for that. If you go Swagger, hit this button, you get the API documentation in JSON format. And if you copy this and import into Postman, it directly creates the Postman collection. So basically,
including the body or just the URLs, just the endpoints?
With body examples, if we have here already, let's see, post, try it out. Yeah, there are some body examples already.
Okay.
So it does. Like Swagger and Postman is kind of like very, very similar things. We don't need, like if you ask this to AI, probably it will just download this, what is inside this one. I want to do some changes in the application. So for example, I am seeing that phone number, I haven't tried this. We will try together. Phone number is null, but let's say, like, let's ask, by the way, is phone number field for organization required? Let's ask this. It's apparently it's not required, by the way, because we have some entries here with null entry. Yeah, optional. Phone number is optional. let's demonstrate by creating organization without a phone number. I can try this. It says S and yes, CC0. You were able to create that one. Let's see. Yes, CC0 with phone number now. You were able to create that. Okay, so you have a task from your boss saying that phone number in the business is a necessary field, is a required field. You cannot skip this field. Your application should validate input and say, hey, this phone number is, you have to enter this phone number in this request. You cannot send this request this way. So I ask AI, can you make changes? By the way, you don't have to be so polite like this. It is really like AI doesn't want or doesn't need. Can you make changes to make phone number field required for an organization? I may use less words and get the same outcome, by the way, like make phone number required. Even I may not say organization because we are in the context of organization. We were already talking about organization. This is an important truth. Let's see if it will be able to. Okay, validation annotations in the relevant classes. Yes, we use Spring annotations, Spring Boot annotations to define which fields are required and what is the format of that field, etc. Still generating. The first change was organization create request DTO. True. It is restarting the application every time it makes a change. You see? Back in the past, Spring applications were bootstrapping just when in 20 minutes, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. Now it's just like a few, just 1 second, maybe less than that. I'm not reading the entire comment, but so now let's verify. And the organization without a phone number request is coming. Let's see what's going on now, if it was successful in implementation or not. An unexpected error occurred, details, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, good. The validation is working. And let's be sure that the request didn't work. Yeah, this was the previous one. There's no one. There is no more. And now when I add the phone number, it is successful. So one task done, really. It is so good. And now another thing that you haven't discovered. As an engineer, the task was just like phone number should be required. And you did this. This is good. You made the change. But you were not aware that like if a person can put some non-phone number format kind of things and send this request to you, are you validating that? We will see. AI is just like driving this to further. Like most of the time when you make a field required, you also put some syntax validation for that field. AI knows this and pushes you to do further, more. Let's see. It just interesting that passed when it shouldn't have. Let me check the regex pattern. Okay, the pattern is not correct. Clearly violates the pattern. It still worked. It is just doing itself, like I'm not even checking what is wrong, why did it pass, etc. But it apparently says that it is normally it should fail. It's not failing. Why it's not failing? It is doing the triage of the own motivation. The issue might be the Spring's validation is being bypassed by the manual validation in the service layer. Interesting finding. And I think that might be the issue because this pattern should have already catch this. Let me check the current organization entries to see if the invalid phone numbers were actually saved. I can see the issue. Even with the invalid phone numbers, it was. Valid annotation is missing. I see the issue. Really good, really good. You also learn how to code, actually. It made the change. You see, organization service. The problem was in the service layer. So even in the model layer, controller layer, you have the right validations. The problem in service layer was blocking the validation itself. Now we will try again, and this is missing phone number. First trying what we are trying to achieve. This already didn't work. Let's now try with empty phone number. Let's see. This also failed. Let's see if a valid phone number case. It worked. So AI made the right changes for me. Invalid characters in the phone number. Let's see this pattern. It worked again. Still, some validation is bad. I won't go further. It will solve this problem as well. I am sure it will. I won't go further with this route, and we'll try to do something different. But I want you guys to chime in and tell me what we should try. Maybe with some batch templates, we can do something. We don't have any batch templates, by the way. Oh, there is an interesting thing that I want to try out. So every batch template, guys, they have an organization ID associated with it. So like batch templates are like organization belongs with these batch templates. So this organization ID should be an organization ID we already created and we already have in this list. You see those organization IDs. One of these should be. So I will ask AI agent to create a new batch template. Let's see, create a new batch template. What I'm curious is like in this create batch template request, will it use a valid organization ID so the relationship will work or not? It will just like make up some ID. With a valid organization ID. It's just checking what organization IDs we have. Yes, it will first send a GET request for organization. With JQ, it parses it, have these organizations. Then it will use one of these organization IDs, just one of these. And it created this create badge request. Let's run it. Let's see if we have any badge template. Yes, we have. As you can see, AI is generating this post body with some meaningful data. Badge name is Java Fundamental Expert, and criteria successfully completed the Java Fundamentals course with 85% XXX. Just making up some meaningful thing. But organization ID is really like something there. 365 expires after. This is great. This is great. So we now have a batch template. Let's make a change this time, addition into batch template. So from all the way from model to service to controller, all layers will be affected with our change. A batch template may also have what? Difficulty field. Can you add difficulty field to badge template? The options can be hard, medium, and easy. So I'm expecting it to create an enum kind of a field. Let's see what happens. I didn't try this yet. Oh, it created an enum. And it starts with a new model called difficulty.java. Updating batch template, which is the model layer of my application, and column name difficulty, the database column. It is making the database changing by refreshing the application. The Hibernate will run some alter commands for the table. The DTO affected with this one also. DTO is the data transfer object between front end and backend. These are talking with this protocol to each other. And the create request from front end in the create request, nullable true, difficulty may be empty. And in the service layer now, like you see from the model layer, it just created the enum and the model changes. It just created the data transfer objects, all relevant used classes first. It does a change on service. And I guess like at the end, it may touch the controller and that's it. Yeah. Ooh, the process kill. Why it is doing process kill here? Because it needs to restart, totally restart, not soft refresh to run database migrations, I guess. Okay. We don't need to debug and anymore, but let's see organizations. Okay. Now we have a new post request to create a batch template with difficulty field set to hard. I run it. Great. Let me see this batch template. Difficulty hard, you see? Let me see on the Swagger side as well. Okay, we have a new field, difficulty. It was null. It is null for the old records, which is quite normal. And for the new records, if this is sent, it is set. And difficulty medium is another test. Let's see if it is there as well. Yeah. And easy was the other option. As you can see, like AI is trying all three options that we put to be sure there's nothing missing actually. And easy is there as well. And to see like, yeah, all of them are there. And it generates I started to see this is very improved in Cloud 4.0. It creates an after success report after all these kind of like tasks completed successfully with all verifications. It creates a report like that so that like actually even you ask agent to help you with your tasks in your companies, please read this. I would recommend to read all these stuff. It just generates inputs. But like at least the end report is very important. Successfully added difficulty field, what is implemented, in which classes the implementation was done, etc., etc. By the way, I haven't shown you yet, but like for this task, for example, it says I edited 5 files. Difficulty is a new file, just newly edited. Batch template, there was a change. As you see, you select with yes or no, reject or select, accept these changes. If everything is working fine, then you just do accept all, and that's it. All are now in the commit page, so you can just create your PR and send it to their way for a review. I think like I did a bug fix for phone field. I did a change in an API. Anything else you guys want to try? We can try together.
I think it can identify security vulnerabilities as well, right?
Oh,
we
okay.
can ask for it if there's any violations of OWASP API top 10 or OWASP top 10 vulnerabilities.
Let's do that.
They can identify that.
Okay. So one important thing, by the way, guys, which file open here? It sets this file as the context here. So it doesn't bond it with the context only. It checks the whole code base, entire code base. But still, I would recommend while you are studying Neve, you can also like close this one. Let's close all actually. Oh, no, the application is running. But like if you just remove any context, it will be context unaware and will do job more holistically when you first start. But if you are asking in context of a class, just it is better. Like for big, large workspaces, where a large code bases, if you put like context files and ask your question in that context, you get better answers because you have guardrails for AI to think in that context.
Can I
Now,
ask a quick question? Does it show how many tokens is using now, and is there any way to?
Very good question. Not on the screen, but if I go to Cursor UI website to users tab for an enterprise I'm talking about, you can see like how many paid tokens, how many tokens are used actually. Not here directly, as far as I know.
Thank you.
Is there any OWASP top 10 security vulnerability in this backend application? So if there is a vulnerability, is this backend engineer's problem or your team's problem from the internship?
It's yeah, we need to review that and contact the backend team.
It is not main branch, it is Ahmet branch. So
Okay.
you're good. You're good.
Okay. I think we already did some scans on the main branch, but yeah, we'll see.
It is very wise that it starts with POM XML to understand the dependencies. Sure.
By the way, this can take some
There is a
time.
major thing. I know what is this major thing. I told Ahmed to do. Like we just bypassed all course.
Can we try writing unit tests after this?
Sure. A unit test. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, any request permit all.
Yeah.
I put that. I know this. Ah,
Oh, CSRF disabled TSRF.
this is the course thing, right? Like a lot
Yeah.
of students all. Okay. SQL queries exposing logs. It's on purpose. Yeah. No password fields in user entity. Yeah. Yeah, very good, very good. Like they all can be converted to tasks for the next cohort of interns.
Yeah, exactly.
And also it gives how to fix these problems. So yeah.
You can just apply. Click apply and boom.
Let's do that. It's already there. Anyways, unit test. I will open a new context. Can you create some unit tests for, let's say, service layer? Yeah, because I want it to mock repository layer, database layer. Let's see. By the way, like, don't forget, not to forget, this is a very simple code base. We already assume this is like any model. The other models here you can see as well will be very successful in this code base. In more enterprise code bases, I agree what Ramazan said at the beginning. I think like as the agent making changes, they are not quite successful to that extent. But like still for asking questions, it's very successful. That's why I started my presentation with asking questions, because currently with the current success of the models, I think the best use case is we can use AI for onboarding in our companies. It's very easy for a new engineer to onboard a new source code base. Okay, user service test is being generated now. Maybe I should be more specific with which service I was looking for, because we have 5, 6 service and it may take too much time. But it read all files. Let's see.
I actually have a question.
Sure.
So we have talked about like AI finding bugs or creating new features, writing unit tests, etc. So it's doing a bunch of stuff, and most of the stuff that a software engineer do. So do you have any comments about what would be the actual role for the software engineers in the next 2-3 years? Because this is like in a very fast pace, and I am actually trying to think about it to prepare myself. And like I can do some stuff to learn more about AI, or I can just focus on more on the system design side, because I don't think AI would get there too fast. But yeah, I just wanted to learn your comments.
Engineer AI. No. AI staff in Delty AI is the new AI staff engineer, Alperen. So if you want to make designs, you can use Delty. They are good, but not perfect. But like I think like some other companies started to already focus on this and target this area of like making more designs, putting different options, and put a trade-off analysis for upper leadership to select one of these. This is also coming. So I think you're right, like mostly early career and entry-level engineers would be impacted by this because relatively simpler things could be done. I think like the basic thing is here, we definitely will need less engineers. As I manage developer infrastructure, developer experience in Notion, um, we are we assume we will hire less people. For example, our forecast is just like 50% lower growth than we were expecting last year, because most of this thing will speed up engineers. But in many cases, Alperen, these kind of changes resulted with we built more things. Like instead of like we build same amount of things, since we have AI, we need less engineers. Instead of that, we have relatively less, but like still we need engineers writing good prompts and making changes, modifications in the code, or like guardrailing what AI did and reviewing AI. But still, we will build more things, so still we will need many engineers and many AI agents at the same time. One important thing that we started to face in Notion, there is an increased level of AI agents created codes, and they are broken actually. They are doing one stuff, but creating lots of regressions on the other part of the application. This is because we don't have enough tests, yes. This is because the code base is very tangled and modularization is not good in our code base, yes. But these are facts of our current world, actually. So AI agents, I think, won't be very successful without us being like guardrails, reviewing their code, etc. I think this is the main catch. They do lots of stuff, but in a complicated code base, they still need our intervention very much. Even in many cases, our staff engineers in Notion, they say, instead of asking AI, I do myself, because they probably messing up. Like I do this change in 5 lines. It just goes and changes 10 different files while making that change. And many of these changes are unnecessary that I need to revert. So this is the current state that I see. But it's getting better. It's getting better. And companies are also changing their roadmap to modularize and refactor their code base to be more AI agent friendly. For example, I did my Q2 planning with dev experience team, my team, and we just like changed 50% of our Q2 plans. And so we swept the projects with like AI friendly projects, like making code base more friendly for AI agents. So this is coming, even like impacting our current human-based project roadmaps.
Well, what does it mean, AI friendly here? So
Yeah, it is very notiony thing that I would say, but currently, for example, if you know Notion permission structure, it is very hard for like Notion permission structures, like files have a tree, and if you apply a permission, it just goes to subtree, and you can do some overrides in the subtree, some any pages in the subtree, etc. The computation of this permission tree is very difficult and very complicated, actually. Currently, for AI to write successful code in this permission tree is very hard. It's making big mistakes because our code base is not good, actually. So making things more structured, having single business logic living in the single place, not and kind of fragmented in different parts of the code base. This is what I'm talking about, like more AI friendly, because AI mostly gets into a rabbit hole and try to do the changes in that rabbit hole. The current models are doing that, actually. I see, for example, some engineers very successful with these models if they put some user prompting at the beginning, like some question and answering, like how do you do this? How do you do that? Where is this logic handled? What is this logic? Even you know the answers. You ask those questions, so it starts building context of AI in that session that we are talking about this, not that. And after ensuring that AI is focusing in the right place, then it starts using in the agent mode and asking some modifications to AI. Those engineers are more successful in Notion as well, rather than just like putting the bug ticket, just copy paste into the agent and say, like, can you fix this? To be able to do more kind of like with less prompting, more outcomes and results or accurate results, I think like code base should be more kind of clean and modularized in a way that like AI knows where to go for with what kind of use cases. The other part of like AI friendliness is having tests, having lots of verification and validations so that like if AI fails, if AI regress something, you catch this. Okay, so this is something I wanted to hit. Now we hit. By default, we stop the agent after 25 tool calls. You can resume the conversation. This is currently a guardrail that they put into their system so that like it doesn't like run and consume in a loop, try to fix something. Sometimes this happens. I just ask something to like AI to fix a linter exception. It just fixes in a way, creates other 3 lint problems. And then while fixing those 3, it creates other 5 lint problems, and it fixes and now 1 lint problem, which was the lint problem at the beginning, and it just runs in this cycle. And with 25 tool call, it just like interrupts that so that like you don't consume your tokens. You can resume so that like AI continue to do the job. Let's see. Okay, tests are successful. 15, 16, 17 tests ran, and they all successful. Now we also have tests for this application. You see all these files are new files. We are on 1 hour mark. I guess this was an introductory, helpful hands-on session for you all. Any questions? Mujahid says, learn COBOL, not enough data to train AI for it. My first language in enterprise was COBOL. I had an internship for a bank in Turkey, and I implemented in COBOL and PL1. Ali says Cursor's context window is very limited. That's true. I heard that. The real magic happens with Cloud Code, but it burns 5 handles for each prompt in large projects. Junior positions will shrink, obviously. This year, Meta won't offer job offers to the best performing interns, but only interview priority, which is heartbreaking. Yeah. It's definitely difficult for new engineers. Write unit tests, by the way, we covered. DB change, we covered. Hakan says in a direct message, can we create a new project with Cursor? You should try after the session. It's very, very straightforward, very, very easy. Mujahid asked for advanced autocomplete. We couldn't cover that, but you could try. I didn't want to go over our time limit. Thank you very much. See you all in the next session.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.